Hello there, Servum17 once again. This is my Dark Souls 3 walkthrough. This is Anor Londo and Aldritch, the Devourer of Gods. So in the last video I mentioned that I think that this part of Anor Londo is designed very well with restraint. I should also add that I think the cathedral, the interior, is a little less well designed. I don't understand why there's those blobs there, and I don't really understand why there's so many deacons, but the external area is such a great example of FromSoft at their best, where they put enough enemies in it to be really taxing, but they don't overwhelm you for the sake of overwhelming you. Oh, we're changing fashion as well, it seems. What I wanted to do here, guys, is I wanted to always be wearing different outfits, because I didn't want to just run through the game with the same clothing on. So, this is me looking all nice and fat in my Burger King attire. Overweight Gundyr, here I come. Here's the first Silver Knight. There's the opening parry. It works every time. He will always dash at you. And then you can kill him before his buddy turns up. And then this guy will always run at you and do the big electric slam. So you can hit him twice and interrupt him, or you can roll through it and backstab him. You'll do enough damage with the Hornet Ring so that you cannot do anything on Wake Up that won't kill him. And boom. Easy, easy peasy. There are none of those electric imp guys either, those scraggy pink demon douches who I hated in Dark Souls, but I would have loved to see them come back because they're so douchey. And we know they exist in this game because they carried us to the Undead Settlement. So where were they here, I wonder? Where did they go? Do you think they're in DLC? I hope they are. I hope they can't throw lightning though. I hope they get struck by lightning and that's all they do. They stand there getting struck by lightning perpetually just to douche on them the way they douched on us with those massive crab sticks they used to poke you with. But that's all the areas in this external area done. We did it really quickly, but that can go bad in so many ways. The Silver Knights in this game are so incredibly scary when you first fight them that they will literally blow your mind, because you're not used to Silver Knights being tricky because you've played way too much Dark Souls, yet you come to this game and they absolutely destroy you. Very tricky enemy. If you want to see me suffer against them, check out my blind playthrough. They absolutely brutalized me. I said absolutely like 9 times just then, just to emphasize how much the destruction was at my expense. And here's us once again swapping up some outfits, popping on the, is it Elite Knight, with Gundyr's gauntlets and some Scrubber's leggings. So we're not doing massive fashion statements here, but we're mixing things up. I've only found a few outfits that I really like that go together on this game, and unfortunately most of those armors have to be found in really pedantic ways, so I can't show you too many of them in this run. But I did try and change it up so that it didn't get too boring as we run up here. This area is interesting to me because it's one of those massive fanboy moments of, dude, we're in Anor Londo, this is a big thing. But I can't help but feel once again that Anor Londo was better in the first game. You know, not only did they kill my favourite blacksmith, which I'll never forgive them for, or maybe he died of old age, I guess we'll never know, but also they filled it with stuff that, you know, is not so great, and then they made it dark, and I never liked dark Anor Londo. But it does have a lore repercussion, because Aldritch ate good old Gwendolyn. The reason he looks like he resembles him is because the dudes ate the dude, and, like, he's essentially the shit nugget poking out of Aldrich's ass. So that's the reason why it's dark, because of course when you get rid of the illusion of, is it Guinevere, which I'm not too sure if Gwendolyn had anything to do with that, because I'm not up on Dark Souls 1 story at all anymore, it's been too long, but it's one of those things where when you start messing with Anor Londo and when you start messing with those gods, it has an effect on the world. So the reason this area is all dark, of course, is because of that, which I think is a really cool implication. I'm not too sure if Aldritch ate Guinevere, but I know I bloody would. Sexy bitch. She'd have got it in every aspect of the Dark Souls holes. But this is the boss. And this dude, my goodness did I have problems with this when I first fought him. So he's actually a really simple boss if you can damage race him. If you watch out for the slam, it's coming down, the detection's awful. If you hit his body, i.e. the face bit, the human bit, the humanoid aspect, it does massive damage. If you hit the Slurm Queen anus, it does less damage, but it's still legit. Look at the frame rate, by the way. Look at this. Wonderful game. Look how much damage we've done. You know, there's nothing to say here. If you can do great damage against Aldritch, it isn't even a boss. Watch out for the scythe. It's a double hitter. Perfect dodge. Watch out for the residual fire. And then the boss is gone before he had chance to exist. This is not an indication of how challenging this fight is. Do this at soul level 1, do this with low HP, do this with an underpowered weapon, and you will truly see just how menacing that encounter can be, because you have to stay close, and if he does the arrow attack in the second phase, it's very dangerous because he can attack you at the same time, so you're dodging these arrows that follow you for far too long, and then he can do all kinds of crazy mix-ups. It's really scary, but if you're following this walkthrough, you don't know about any of that because you just laid a big fat dookie on his face and he's dead. So thank you for watching. You take care now.